Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
A man will now spend decades in prison for shooting 2 Good Samaritans who helped him in Sequoyah County. 29-year-old Lee King entered a plea of no contest in the shooting of Jake Myers and John Riggs. On July 17, 2021, Riggs and Myers were on I-40 when they saw a stranded driver. The two drove that man, Lee King, to a convenience store in Vian. They bought him a gallon of gas and a bottle of water. Police say shortly after the men left the gas station, 911 calls started pouring in. Riggs and Myers had been shot and King was on the run. Thankfully, they survived, though King was caught and arrested days later in Dallas. He will now spend 35 years behind bars. Meanwhile, the Arkansas Department of Agriculture confirms a case of avian flu on a poultry farm in Madison County. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, there's no public health concern. The bird flu doesn't affect poultry, meat, or egg products, which are still safe to eat. However, the virus, they say, can spread quickly between flocks and be deadly to chickens.
It's a migratory pattern for birds comes through. Fecal material gets dropped on the ground. Somebody steps into that, walks into a barn, and that's how you get the transmission.
Well, the farm is under quarantine to stop the spread of bird flu to other flocks in the state. And new today, the Department of Transportation is pumping more than $650 million into funding 41 port projects across the U.S. Now, one of those ports will be built in Fort Smith along the Arkansas River. The Slackwater Harbor will be outside of the main river current and less susceptible to damage from fluctuations in the flow rate of the river. And mostly, the new port will increase shipping capacity right through 5 country.
Usually when we think of ports, we're picturing those containers. They're bringing TVs or PlayStations or shoes or whatever it is from Asia. But we're also excited about the ports that help us move our goods out into the world and bring income in. And for so many heartland communities, the ability to have cost-effective ways to move grains or other ag exports, that's a big deal economically, and it's part of what this is going to support.
Well, no word yet on when the Slack Harbor would be complete, but we do know it will have roughly 2,000 feet of dock frontage there on the river with a 50-foot wide concrete deck for mobile cranes. All right, before we get to more of today's headlines, let's get a check of that weather heading into the weekend with meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe, that weather heading into the weekend is looking good. We started out the week in the deep freeze, slowly been climbing out of that. We bottomed out with that cold blast Wednesday morning, and then we started warming up, kicking off that warming trend Wednesday afternoon. Handful of degrees warmer Thursday afternoon. Could be a handful of degrees warmer this afternoon. We're looking for widespread 60s up to near 70 in the River Valley will be possible. We do have a south breeze coming in today. Last few days it's been breezy here in northwest Arkansas. Out into eastern Oklahoma, same thing, 10 to 20 miles per hour here. As we get into the River Valley, more 5 to 15 miles per hour, a little lighter breeze. As we go into the evening hours, you got Friday night football games, or you just got evening plans doing other stuff. We're going to dip back into those 50s, lingering a little bit of a breeze, so grab that extra layer, take it with you. We'll bottom out overnight into the 40s. And then looking at the weekend, here we go, 60s to 70s, more across the area than what we're seeing today. Mix of sun and clouds this weekend, more 70s, try to take over Sunday. Break from the winds, Joe, on Saturday. As we get into Sunday, you'll want to watch out. Those winds will start to pick back up again, and we'll look for winds to try to gust over 20 miles per hour. Joe?
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, the Arkansas Agri-Food Innovation Summit continues today with the first of its kind event bringing federal and state leaders to Fayetteville. Now, this is a free event and it's open to food and agricultural professionals and even students, helping to spotlight the federal funding opportunities that can drive the industry here in Arkansas. Now, Arkansas is home to giants in agriculture and retail, and organizers say the state is uniquely positioned at the crossroads of an agri-food supply chain revolution.
Arkansas is one of the largest agricultural producing states in the country, with giant commercial firms here in northwest Arkansas, but also especially in the Delta. So this is the first time we've really had the chance to sit everybody down and learn together how we might be able to support innovation through research and development and small business funding, et cetera, through university systems.
Well, the summit is happening at the Don Tyson Center for Agricultural Sciences. And lastly, take a look at this one. This is the first ever look at the Eric Musselman bobblehead. Now, Musselman, of course, is the head coach for the University of Arkansas men's basketball team. And this limited edition bobblehead is on sale right now. And it's all thanks to the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum. The Razorbacks right now ranked number 14 in the preseason AP Top 25 poll. It's expected to be a hot seller. All right, well, that's it for us here at 5 News. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday.